This is the Nano-X Filter Series from KentFaith. It's a magnetic filter system that lets you quickly swap or even stack filters on your lenses. So KentFaith has sent me a filter kit from KentFaith. It's called the Nano-X Series, or simply just Nano-X. It's a magnetic filter system. There's different combos and sets of this series, but what I have here is the one with a circular polarizer, an ND8, and the ND64. Now before I talk about my experience with this filter kit, let's take a closer look at the Nano-X Filter Series. So this is a magnetic lens filter kit. It lets you quickly swap filters and even allows you to stack them. This is going to be really useful whether you're a photographer, videographer, or a hybrid shooter. With standard filters, you have to thread them on and off every time you want to use them. Variable ND filters made it somewhat better by not having to swap filters all the time, but you still had to thread them on and off whenever you wanted to use them. This filter system eliminates that issue by letting you snap on and off filters as you need. It comes with a magnetic adapter which you need as your base to attach filters to your lenses. This is the only piece you'll need to thread onto your lens, and you can permanently leave it on there if you want to. That's because there's a magnetic lens cap that you use with it. This holds on pretty strong, so you don't have to worry about it accidentally coming off. It'll stay secure even when it's in your camera bag. Like I was saying, there are different filters and sets in the Nano-X series, but what I have is a version with a circular polarizer, an ND8, and the ND64. These filters are made of AGC, high-definition optical glass, and double-side multi-coated. They do not cause any color shift in your image, which is really important. They also have an ND1000 filter, UV filters, and even a couple of variable ND filters. Funny that they have variable ND filters when I was just saying that I wouldn't use them again, but yeah, it's an option. Anyways, let's check out the different filters that I have here. So the circular polarizer is probably my favorite filter to use. This filter allows you to control reflected light and glare, enhance color saturation, and improve contrast in your image. This filter is great for cutting down reflections from non-metallic surfaces. It's really useful when shooting through windows or water. It's great for landscapes because it increases the contrast between the sky and clouds. It also makes blue skies look richer and darker. A CPL also improves color saturation, so it makes colors like in foliage appear more vibrant and true to life. A circular polarizer is great for portraits too. It'll help minimize shiny spots on the skin. And if your subject wears glasses, it'll reduce or eliminate reflections in the lenses. Now in all of these situations, this filter works best at 90 degrees from the light source, like the sun. A nice trick to find the direction where the CPL filter will work the best is to use the finger gun trick. You make a finger gun with your hand and point your index finger at the sun. Then rotate your hand, and wherever your thumb points is where the polarization is strongest, so it'll be roughly 90 degrees from the sun's position. When you point your camera in the direction that your thumb is pointing, that's where the CPL will be the most effective. From here, shooting towards or away from the sun will result in a lower polarizing effect. Keep in mind that when using a CPL filter, it'll reduce light by a stop or two. Also, when using this with an ultra-wide angle lens, it can cause uneven sky darkening, so just be aware when shooting with this filter. Now the other two filters that I have are neutral density filters. I have an ND8 that reduces light by 3 stops, and an ND64 that reduces light by 6 stops. So the general saying is that ND filters are like sunglasses for your camera, and that's pretty much exactly what it is. They reduce the amount of light that enters the lens to allow you to use slower shutter speeds and wider apertures. By slowing down the shutter speed, you can create motion blur, so you can capture smooth waterfalls or blurred crowds. It'll also let you shoot at a wider aperture, so you can take advantage of your 1.4 and 2.8 lenses and get that blurry background in your shots. ND filters are pretty much essential for videographers, because it'll help you stick to that 180 degree shutter rule.
Can't see me.
I have to say that it's okay to break this rule, especially if you're trying to get a specific visual style. Also, if you're just out capturing vacation footage, no one's gonna care if you follow the 180 degree shutter rule or not, unless you're trying to make a cinematic vlog or something. If you're just posting clips to Facebook or Instagram, just capture the footage however you can. So the widest lens that I own is a 16-35, and when I use these filters, I won't get any vignetting when I'm taking video. I could even stack all 3, and there still won't be any darkening in the corners. When I'm taking photos though, you'll immediately see vignetting at 16mm with just a single filter on. I have to zoom in a little bit, maybe to 17mm in order to get rid of it. With 2 filters stacked, I'll have to go in at about 19mm. And then with 3 filters on, I'll have to zoom in to 20mm. This is something that you'll definitely have to take into consideration if you're mainly getting this filter set for photography. For videos though, you won't have any vignetting issues. The filter set comes with a case that stores everything. It has a zipper to keep everything in, and it's also waterproof. But you can also just leave this unzipped and use a magnetic flap to keep it closed. This flap lets you quickly open up the case to switch filters. Now as someone who travels a lot, variable NDs work pretty well for me. It basically let me carry just 1 or 2 of these around when traveling and freeing up space in my bag. The problem I ran into with them though is that they work well when I'm outdoors, but once I enter a building or even get into some shade, I'll have to crank up my ISO. So the fastest solution would be to drop my aperture, which usually isn't enough, so then I'll have to raise my ISO, which can cause a noisy image. This is pretty much why I love this magnetic filter system. I can quickly take the filters on and off when I need to. If you've used typical screw-on filters, you'll know that they're not fun to have to take off and put back on all the time. Or maybe I'm just lazy. Anyways, if you're interested in the KNF Concept Nano-X series, I'll have links in the description, and use my code ROAM to save 20% off anything on their website. You know what? I actually do need to buy a couple more filters for myself. I guess I can use my own code, right? Let me go do that now. See ya.